Now, what's unique about this is these avatars are actually pulled in from YouTube. So people that type into the live chat, their messages get moderated. And if they pass all those filters, they get read out into the stream. It also creates an avatar up there. This guy right here, that is my pinned chat message right there. So we've seen all this before, right? Like avatar chats, nothing new. But what I've actually been working on is making this project more of a stream aid. If I click chat up here, it gives me this panel with all these very big, clear and concise buttons that tell you exactly what this is. So I'm going to go through each one of these little features, demonstrate it in action. And as previously mentioned, live chat is tied all into this as well. Okay. So the first button we have here is the avatar mask. What's cool about that? Let me do that on another screen over here. It's an unfinished feature, but I'll go ahead and show it anyway. So if I close this chat window, share my camera. All right, so if you see my face of my character right here, that's that first initial feature. So I'll go ahead and kill that. It's still a work in progress. The next feature is just simple. If you don't want to share your camera, but you want to stream your gameplay or building something, you can do that. You click this wee button. Move it to view. Basically streams the game. And if I do this from my other computer over here, you get to see my perspective on my development computer. Cool. There's two features down. So I'll go ahead and leave that up for right now. Over here, we have the microphone selector. This makes it possible for you to wirelessly use different devices, such as your Steam Deck or your phone as a microphone. When the whole idea is you can easily bring in guests or even just multiple of your own devices. Use this, or I can have it be a dedicated camera angle. Let's just select something that won't output anything, click mute it. So that's what this is right here. I'll click end. So the next feature we're going to look at is the camera. These are all the video devices I've connected to this streaming setup right here. 3 capture cards and a ton of webcams. All right, let's go ahead and just hit this camera right here. We'll make that main. Pull this down a bit. And shrink the avatar chat. So this video has been streamed in wirelessly through Kinto. Pretty cool. You can switch what is the main focus in real time. So I can actually share my camera over here as well. Oh, unlimited angle. Let's just switch out dynamically or wirelessly. Very cool. Wanted to get that captured. You can hide, you can mute. You have resolution controls. This menu is not complete. Let's switch this back into a popover. Pull this out of the way. The next feature, shared desktop. So this is really cool. This lets me stream gameplay from a Steam Deck right into a YouTube stream. You can start it and then drop it off, but I'll just go ahead and start it. So that's my Steam Deck there. I'll just go ahead and launch Portal or something. There's my Steam Deck library. So it's literally real time. And the latency is low enough that it's actually playable. So I can actually sit here, play using this as a controller while looking at the screen. Could do a game of Halo, but this is probably a bad time for that. So we'll just do Portal tonight. Give that a wee second to start up. While it's doing its business, I can also screen share from another device or another computer. See what else we got. Let's share OBS instance. Well, let's share Visual Studio. So now I'm streaming both from a Steam Deck and my other computer here. So I can switch through this dynamically. I can stack them. If your monitor is desktop and not vertical like mine, you would have a little bit more control. So let's just load a game, see what the latest looks like. It's all streaming wirelessly. This is built out using React, WebRTC, WebSockets, WebGL, Node.js. This is definitely a big meat and butter part of this, is the ability to just literally take anything that has a web browser, being able to share screens. So if I terminate my Visual Studio, which is up here, I'll go ahead and terminate that. I'll select this up. If I click create link, that lets me bring someone else on. So say if someone that's very cool hops on a live chat and has a project they're working on, I want to see it, right? Click create link. It generates a guest session, which automatically signs them in. It starts a video sharing session. There we go. All right, it's not picking that up, but the screen capture isn't grabbing that. But basically, I have a little window here where I can send an email, or I can just copy the link, paste it in Discord, whatever. They come in, they see this exact stream panel up here and have all the same options. And you can evoke that time. You are the room host, so you can control who is able to share, what they're able to share. Maybe you just want them to share a microphone. You don't trust them with a video. Trust everyone. You can also send files over this. This is still a work in progress. This is all peer-to-peer. It doesn't go to a server first. It's not like uploaded to Amazon S3 or anything like that, and then you get to it. It's just a direct connection. Now that gets a little bit more complicated when you start talking about NATs and various network configurations. Turn servers are mandatory in those situations if you want to bust through that. But in principle, that just sets up the routing. And for the vast majority of people, it doesn't even require that. And you can also trigger a call. So say someone comes on and we're unable to successfully share the camera, whatever reason, you hit call. They would see your video immediately up there, and they would have the option to pick up video. They basically give them a selection like this of what camera they want to select. Would have one already selected by default. All the meanwhile, I could still be playing Portal in the background, or someone else could be. We could both be playing Portal and sharing our tricks or secrets. But the main focus of tonight was just getting on here, demonstrating this stream that I've been working on. Drop a like or subscribe if you want to see how I actually coded this thing, or if you want to ask any questions. Please feel free. This is bloody internet. Yeah, good stuff, especially if you can build new tools in it. All right, appreciate you guys. Focus more on the development. Anyway, really glad I got on to at least show this. One other thing. You can select your audio output device without having to use system settings. And just keep in mind, this is all a web browser. Yep, audio output lets you control where the audio goes out. You don't have to worry about doing that in your system settings. This is all in Chrome. You don't have to install anything, although there is native apps and there's a Steam Deck app in the works. It's just a web link. No download, no install. You can get kicked off of the stores so easily for nothing, and the amount of time and investment it takes to get up there is remarkable. And it's just becoming more and more as time goes on. The one feature I haven't got done yet is on camera. I want to add a tap to focus like you have on Android or iPhone. The APIs for this and the HTML5 standard basically are pretty primitive, but there's points of interest properties that should let us kind of replicate that a wee bit. All right, cheers guys.